Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another CSGO cheat review and showcase. In this cheat review and showcase, we're going to be reviewing and showcasing One-Tap V3. One-Tap V3 is a public cheat, which in my opinion is one of the best public cheats for HvH out there right now. For legit, not so much. But let's just get right into the showcase. So opening the menu here, you have a clean orange and gray looking menu, pretty basic. It's very dull, not really like a big screen of just pushing everything at you. So it's you know, it's clean, but it's dull. So the top left, you have your basic, just lowercase One-Tap logo. You have on the top, you have your legit, your rage, your anti-aim, your visual, and your miscellaneous. We're gonna start here with miscellaneous since this is probably the least amount of stuff. So under miscellaneous, you have your 4 underneath tabs. So you have your general, your practice, your performance and information, your skins, and your JavaScripts. So getting into general, you have another subsection. So you have matchmaking. So for matchmaking, you can auto accept your rank revealer. You have unlock inventory access. So you can switch up, say, R8 revolver for Deagle mid-game. You have your bypass for your SVU pure. Under movement, you have your auto bunny hop, such as this, which I'm just holding space, like so. You have your slide walk. You have your accurate walk. You have your fast stop, fast crouch, like so, and fast stop, like that. You have your crouch in air, so if you jump, strafe assistance. So then it will auto strafe basically. You have your edge jump, which you can bind to a key, and you have your auto peek, which you can also bind to a key. So auto peek, which is pretty known. So if you hit your auto peek button, which if I set the toggle, you can see a circle come up, and if I shoot, it will automatically bring me back to wherever that circle is, like so. So this is good for scouting when you're rage hacking. You have your auto strafe for none, legit, normal, directional, or rage. So if I turn that on with auto B hop, you can see the rage just basically just allows you to bunny hop and auto strafe midair. So that's it for your movement. On your miscellaneous, you have force SV cheats, which will allow you to use some commands. You have hidden CVARs. You have your shared ESPs, so if someone else is injected with One-Tap and they can see someone else on the map with their ESP, you can also see them if they're out of your render range. You have your auto defuse and aim at bomb. So your auto defuse is, say if you have a kit, so you can defuse in 5 seconds, it will start defusing at approximately 5 seconds and 5.3 seconds left, so you'll get the defuse at like 0.3 or 0.03 or something like that. And aim at bomb just makes you aim at the bomb so you don't mess up your auto defuse. Your ragdoll gravity, so if I turn that on and go over to this guy, as you can see, the ragdoll will start flying up. You have your ragdoll force, which if I kill that guy, as you can see, he goes flying like that, and then you can turn them both on like so. You have preserve kill feed, so if I get a few kills, I'm very garbage, oh my god. Those kills will stay up in the top right. You have your extended backtracking, which will shoot your ping up, as you can see, and it will basically just extend your backtracking ticks, so you can hit farther back ticks. You have auto fire, which you can put on delay. You have your clan tag, so this is pretty cool for a base thing. You can have your just One-Tap clan tag like so. You can have a custom clan tag, which you can put to anything. So let's do thermite like this. As you can see, you can set it to anything, and you can also put it as animated to a certain speed. So this is what 1 speed looks like. You can turn to 2, 3, or all the way up to 6, or 5, sorry. Like so. Or you could just have backwards, and backwards just makes your name backwards. Like that. You have your HvH buy bot, so you can set it to any gun for your secondary, primary, and your utilities you can select like that. So that's it for your general tab. Under your performance and information, you can disable post-processing. You can disable your fog, your shadows, your blood, your teammate rendering, and you can also set your visual interpolation from default to 14. You can change your sounds. So right now my weapon volume is at 100. You can turn that down. You can turn that down to 0. Footsteps, you can turn that down to 0. So you can basically just turn any volume down to 0. Your rage quit button, which just closes your game and crashes it. You have your watermark, which is at the top right there. You have your spectators list. You have your team damage list. You have your keybind states. So if I were to turn that on and then hit auto peek, as you can see, it's toggled and auto peek like so. You have your restrictions, so you can have no restrictions, anti-untrusted or anti-SMAC, which is for community servers. You can have your log output as a certain color, so if I wanted green like this, I can put it into the event log and console, and I could do all these different log events, so damage dealt, received, rejected, your spread, your hostage taken, your bomb plants, your weapon purchased by the enemy team, and your grenade buys. As you can see, it shows up in the top left, and it also shows up here as the color I selected. One tap, hurt aimbots for 109 in head. Like that. So that's it for your performance information. Into your skin changer, you have a bunch of different subsections. So you have your knife, so you can change your knife like so. Again, there's no search bar, which I don't like, but there's not that many, so you can just get an M9 bayonet like that. You can get a hand wrap model like that. You can change your player model like so. You can change your skins like this. Again, there's no search bar, which I don't really like, but if I were to find M9 bayonet, you can set the wear of the thing, of your skin. You can set your seed like that. You can set your stat track, and then finally you can search for the skin you want. So say if I want a whiteout, so this doesn't have to be all legacy, which is nice, which I like the skin changes that do that. So you can choose any skin in the game, and then as you can see, it updates immediately. It will switch to what it is immediately, and it will show the stat track down in the bottom right, or on the knife, as you can see. And to the final in the skins, you have your view model, so you can flip your knife hand. So as you can see, the AK is in my right, but if I pull it out now, the knife is in the hand, and you can do that just by that. You can visualize your silent angles, and you can change your FOV like so. This is your view model FOV, not your real FOV. As you can see, your X offset you can change, your Y, your Z. So if I wanted to, you could look down the sights for a gun like so. It's pretty cool that they allow you to generalize your view model like this. You can also, if I set everything back to 0 real quick, you can also roll your weapon. So if I want to have a view model like a gangster, you can do that too. And you can force rare animations for a deagle, falchion knife, and revolver flip. So if I were to get a deagle like this, if I were to inspect it, it would force the rare animation inspection like that, which is pretty cool. I like that addition. So that's it for your skin tab. Getting to your JavaScripts, this is where your JavaScripts are located. You can reload all and you can choose whatever. The JavaScripts for this cheat are pretty much very well put together. There's a lot that you can do with it, and I used quite a bit of them. You can even have a game of Tetris if you wanted to. But you can do a lot with it, which is nice. So that's it for basically your JavaScripts. So that's it for your miscellaneous tab. We'll get into your visuals tab now. Underneath your visuals, you have yourself, your enemies, your friendlies, and your world visuals. Getting into your self visuals, sorry. Let me turn on, or getting to your world, we'll do world first. Getting into your world, you can have Fulbright, which I personally think is completely disgusting. You can have ambient light, which you can set to a color. You can have your night mode, which you can turn up or down. I love the night mode on this cheat. You can have your wall transparency. You can have your prop transparency. You can change your skybox to one of these. So if I were to go outside here, oops, and I were to look up, you can change the sky to that or anything like this, which is pretty cool. I like that too. So down you can also change the weather. So you can have it off, you can have it raining, like this is what rain looks like. You can have particle rain, which apparently you can't see on this map, particle snow, as you can see like that. It's pretty nice if you guys like that. Underneath view, you have your field of view, so you can turn that up to 150 like this. I feel like you're playing Quake, like that. So it ought to be triggered. You can turn that down to 50 and feel like you're playing on console, which is really disturbing. I like to keep mine around 90, which is just basic. You can also have that one scoped. You can have your zoom set to a bind. So if I were to set this to L, as you can see, pressing that will zoom you in to whatever you set it to, which is a pretty cool feature. And to remove a keybind, you just press it and hit escape. You can set your third person to a key, so if we were to set that to mouse 3, you can also change the distance for it, like that. You can have your spectator third person, so if you die, your spectator will be in third person, and first person with grenades. So if I were to give myself a smoke, as you can see, when I hold it, it will put me in third or first person immediately. You have your entities, so your bomb, you can set your ESP to text, glow, icon, timer. You can change this for your colors. You can do that for your hostage. Your grenades, like that, and you can change that. Your weapons, like so. So if I were to throw that, that's what all of them look like. So you can have text, or whoops, you can have your text, your glow, your icon, your ammo, and your distance from it. And you can also set that to any color that you like. Underneath that you have your removals. You can remove smoke, remove flash, remove your scope, remove visual kick, visual punch, your scope time, your landing bob, and your fire. So basically that just is removing all the stuff for you. You can just select them like that. You can have your bullet impacts on for client and server. If we're to turn that off, for client only, or for server only. You can have bullet tracers for your enemies, so you can change that to colors. You can have grenade prediction, which is on click as well. So if I were to pull out this and were to hold, that's what it's like. But if I were to turn that off and just hold it out, that's what it'd be like. You can also change the colors. You can have a penetration dot, so as you can see in the middle of the crosshair, if I would go up to this, it's white because I can't shoot through this. As I go to the edge or somewhere, so it's white if I can't shoot through any of this, and then it will be green if I can. So as you can see, it turns green here. You can have your penetration crosshair, so if I can shoot through it, it will turn green like this. So instead of just a little dot, it's a nice big dynamic circle which follows you. And that's it for your world ESP. Getting into self, if I go into third person here, you can turn on box for yourself. Again, you can change the colors of all this. You can turn on your glow. You can have name on for yourself. You can show your own health. You can show your override. So if you didn't want your health to be green and then dynamic, as you go lower, it will turn red. If you didn't want that, you can change that to like a random color if you wanted to, like blue. You can show your weapon as an icon, a name, or both. And you can also show what's in their inventory. As you can see, I have a deagle, an AK, and a smoke grenade. You can show your ammo of the weapon like this, and if I were to shoot, if I were to go turn off infinite ammo, and then I were to go in third person, as you can see, it counts down with the number until 0, and then as I reload, it will show the percentage of my reloading. You can show the flags for you, such as lag comp, your money, your armor, if you're flash, if you're reloading, if you're scoped, if you're defusing, your location. So if I was on a real map, such as mid on Mirage, it would show top mid on my ESP, and if I'm the bond carrier. You can also show your shot timer. So as you can see, if I were to go get a op, for example, if I were to shoot, as you can see, as the red line, if I shoot, it will show how long it takes until I can shoot again. You can show your taser range, your knife range. So if I were to pull out a knife, as you can see, that's the knife range. You can show your weapon spread. So if I were to go get a AK again, oops, like this. So this is your weapon spread. Go to stop. And it also works as a spread crosshair, which is pretty nice. You can have weapon recoil. So as you can see, then your crosshair itself will just work as a spread crosshair. You can force your crosshair on a scoped weapon, such as this. So my crosshair is working now. You can hold firing animation. Like that. You can have your free cam, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of cheats have this, so if I were to set this as a toggle, let's say L, enable that, I can turn on collision or not, and you can turn up the speed. So if I were to turn it on now, as you can see, I'm in free cam. I can go over to anyone. This can also work in conjunction with the zoom feature, which is pretty cool. I like that. Not a lot of cheats have that at all. Then you get into your chams. So under your configure tab, you have your visible, your attachments, your desync, your fake lag, your arms, and your weapon. So they have it set up in this regard. You can also turn them on override like that. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cham types. So you have custom, which you can change to this. This also can be made as a custom material like so, with your reflectivity, your pearlescent, and your Fong. Like that. You can set it to any of this, which is cool. You can make your own, very customizable. You can have your visible transparency or your scope blend. So if I were to get a scoped weapon here, and I were to scope in, if I were to turn that up, as you can see, as I scope in, it'll go more and more invisible as I turn it up. So that's it for your custom. You have your flat chams, which you can just set in anything, and that's what it's basically just a normal flat. Again, you can set your transparency and scope blend, those are always there. And you can also have your ragdoll chams. You have your pulse, which looks like this, set it to any color. You can have your wireframe chams, which sort of look like this, so it's just a wireframe. You can have your glow, sort of look like this, which is cool. You can work that with any color. And you can also have your 2-color glow, which if I were to set this to like a dark blue with a sort of light blue tint, that's what it looks like. It's alright, I'm not a big fan of that. So that's it for your visible. I like to keep mine for visible just off, and as I get down. So getting into your attachments, this will be like the op on the back. You can turn that on. Again, that's all the same. You can have your desync, which I don't have desync on right now, but if I were to have it on, we'll get into that in the rage tab. You can show your fake lag, and if I go into first person, you can show your arms and your weapon. So if I were to turn on arms override, you can set that to anything, such as custom, like so again. And for your weapon, turn on weapon override, you can do that. So that's it for the self tab. Under enemies, it's basically all the same, but there is some new stuff. So we're going to go over to this guy like this, and I'll just go over the things. You can have box, your glow, name, health, and your override for health. You can show if they're dormant. You can have the weapon like that. So basically this is all the same. You can show your skeleton for him though, that's different. You can show a hit marker, so if we're to kill him, as you can see, it shows the damage and a hit marker. You can turn that off. You can also have a hit sound. So my hit sounds are arena switch, and kill sound is a headshot. You can also turn on F12 sound for your microphone. So if we're to hit this guy with a deagle, and if I were to kill him, as you can see, and as you can see, the mic popped up in the bottom left, that shows a F12 sound. So if I were to take a screenshot, that is the sound that would play. You can also have your HUD, so you can have radar reveal, your out of FOV indicators, which are like 3D like this, which is kind of cool. But if you wanted to have them just fly like that, you can. You can show your footsteps or if they're moving around. It's basically just the sound chams. And again, the chams are all the same. You can have your visible chams like that. Your XYZ, or XQZ, sorry, which is behind the wall, like so. Your attachments for them, which is the knife, or their backtracking ticks. So that's it for the enemies tab. Getting to the friendlies, it's all the same. And that's it for your visuals tab. Next we'll head into the legit tab. Legit tab here. Underneath that you have your general config, your pistols, your heavies, your scout, your op, and your rifles. With all these you can override your default config, like so. Under your general you have your regular just tab, so you can enable that on a key for your aimbot. So if you wanted, you can have that set to hold for your mouse 1. This is basically what any aimbot for legit will have. You can have your reaction time set to that or off. You can have your trigger bot set to anything, so you can set that to a key. You can have it enabled. You can have it as a magnet, so if they were to run in front of you, that would do that. If we're to enable this and have it as always, you can set your hit chance to whatever as they get close to them. As you can see, if I turn off the hit chance, like that. So the trigger bot pretty works. Everything really works in this sheet. It's not really buggy at all. You can have your backtracking, so you can have your maximum time as 200 milliseconds. If you were to turn on extended backtracking, it can go up to 400. You can have your backtracking distance, which is in units. You can turn that off, and you can go up to 64 units. And then over to the right, if I were to override, it's all the same stuff. But in general, you can have your default config for your, you can choose your hitboxes. So head, upper chest, stomach, and pelvis, and your priority. I like to use closest with all the hitboxes. You can set your FOV, which gives you a nice visualization of the FOV too, which is nice. So if I wanted a major one, like that, it will do that. And it will also, if I were to scope out, if I were to set that to say this big, and I would still kill him without even looking at him. So I really like the FOV circle that comes up. That's really nice. I haven't seen that in a lot of cheats. You can have your dead zone. As you can see, again, it's visualized. You can have your smooth yaw. So this is your smoothing for pitch and yaw of your aimbot. So we'll just smooth more and more if you're holding an automatic weapon. You can have your recoil control as a yaw and pitch again. And you can have your recoil standalone. So that's it for your legit tab. One tab is not really known for its legit, but in my opinion, it's alright. It's not the best, but the detection rate has been pretty recent, and I wouldn't recommend it if you don't want to get back banned. But, you know, for an HvH sheet, it's pretty good. So it's very good, actually, for an HvH sheet. Getting into the Rage tab now. You have, again, your general, your pistol, heavy pistol, scout, op, and auto sniper config, which you can override. Getting into the general tab, you can just enable this and set it to always, like that. So then enabling it will disable the other one, like this. So if I enable that, the legit will turn off. You can turn on your silent aim, your team check, so it won't shoot through teammates. You can turn on auto scope, so if we're to turn this on, we will auto scope. There's an enemy. You can have your resolver override. All these can be set to keys, and you can turn that to always. Resolver override, which will override your resolver. So if you're playing against legits and you don't want to miss, you're gonna want to turn that on. You can force body aim on a key, and you can force safe point on a key. Underneath that, you have your exploits. So your exploits, such as hide shots or double tap, you can turn on a key. And then extras, which is interesting. I haven't seen this in a lot of cheats either. You have instant double tap, which will make your double tap basically instant. It's 3 ticks, which is a pretty slow double tap, so I'm waiting for them to update that. But you can get JavaScripts that will make it faster, which obviously a lot of people are doing. You can have your teleport stop for your double tap. You can have fast reload, fast switch, and fast throw, which apparently make all these actions pretty quicker. I never actually tested it myself, but apparently they make it quicker. You can break lag comp, which apparently is really good on this cheat. I've noticed it as well. It's pretty good. And underneath that, you have fake flick for your anti-aim. So that's it for your exploits. Getting to the right here, you have your targeting. So you have your FOV for your targeting, for your rage. You have your minimum damage, which you can set from dynamic to 100, and then above 100 you can set it to HP plus. So what HP plus is, so these enemies are actually on 100 HP. My knife bot is working. So this guy, let's say this guy, let me turn on in the visuals tab, go into enemies. We can turn on health, and you can see that they're on 100 HP. So if we're to go over to the rage tab for the op config, for the minimum damage, you can set it to dynamic and then HP. So the HP plus 1, so since this guy's on 100 HP, it will it will try to kill him for 101 damage. So if I were to set this to HP plus 30, he's on 100 HP, it will try and shoot for 130 damage. It basically just confirms your kill, but apparently it's not that accurate, and I've noticed it's not that accurate. Underneath that, you have your hitboxes, so your head to feet, so head, upper chest, chest, lower chest, stomach, pelvis, legs, and feet, and then your multi-point are the exact same. You have your force point scale, which you can set from dynamic to 100, and same for your body. So this is just a static point scale. You can turn that off for a dynamic one. And you can also disable auto wall. So if you didn't want to shoot through walls, say if you were semi-raging, you can turn that off. Underneath here, you have your accuracy, so you can turn up your hit chance from 0 to 100. You can change, or you can turn on auto stop, and then you also have auto stop mode. So you can turn your auto stop on for a dock. So if I were to run, pull out my gun, it will auto stop me and duck me. You can set it to early, center only, for your lethal only, so only for lethal, if they're visible only, if they're in air, or if you want to force your accuracy, which is pretty good for scout. You can prefer safe point for anything, and you can also prefer body aim. So that's it for your rage tab. And last but not least, getting to your anti-aim settings, you can have your rage anti-aim, your fake angles, your fake leg, and your extra. So under rage anti-aim, you can toggle that. If I were to go into third person, as you can see, it turns on. You can make it face at the targets. You can have auto direction, which will, if you go up to a wall, it will change your direction. You can have your yaw offset, like that. You can have your jitter offset, which you can bind to a key for your jitter. You can have your mouse direction, which if you turn on, it will follow your mouse, or manual direction, which if you turn on, you can also set this to a indicator state. If I were to turn on left direction of that, back direction to off, and then right direction of that, as you can see, the indicators will go like this. Underneath that, you have your fake angles, which if I were to enable like this and go back over to visual, self desync champs, and then I can show you my desync like so. Go into anti-aim. In ear mode, you can set to spin. So if I were to jump, it would start spin botting. If I were to set to normal, it would just be my normal anti-aim. LBY mode, you can have normal, opposite, or sway. Like so. You can have desync on shot. So if I were to shoot, my anti-aim it would try to make it desync anti-aim. You can have hide real angle. You can have avoid overlap, so it won't go inside each other. And you can also have fake desync, which is basically for your no spritzers and stuff. You can have inverter for your anti-aim, so you can set that to a toggle and set it to V. As you can see, hitting that, it changes. You can have your inverter flip for your walk, run, or in air. So if I were to walk, it would start inverting. On the right here, you have your fake lag, which you can enable from 0 ticks to 14. So if I were to set that to 10, as you can see, I'm fake lagging right now. And you can also set your fake lag jitter, so that will jitter up and down. And then you can set your triggers for your jitter: in-ear, on peak, on shot, on land. Or your triggers for your fake lag, sorry, to in-ear, on peak, on shot, on land, while reloading, on weapon switch, on velocity change, and brake lag comp. You can also set your trigger limit to that. So if I were to set this to 0, I would have no fake lag. And then if I were to set it to in-ear, as you can see, if I start jumping, it will turn the fake lag on, like so. And underneath your fake lag settings, you have your extra for your anti-aim. So you can have your pitch as a down, and motion 0, up, and then your fake pitches, so fake up and fake down. You can have your jitter move, and you can have fake duck, which you can set to a key, like so. And in my opinion, the fake duck on this cheat is one of the best ones I've used. It's pretty inaccurate, I would say, but it shoots a lot and it gets the job done in a lot of scenarios. And it's, in my opinion, one of the best ones. You can set your slow walk key to hold, and you can have 3 different slow walk modes. So if I were to slow walk now, this is accurate. If we were to change this to fast, this is what fast looks like, and change it to slow, like so. So that is it for your one-tap anti-aim settings, and that's it for your one-tap overall showcase and review. So reviewing it, the legit, I would give a 6.5 out of 10. It's not meant for a legit, in my opinion. The detection rate's high. It doesn't have a lot of options, but in the visuals tab it does. So you can be the own judge of that. I wouldn't use it as a legit cheat. There's better ones out there you can get, probably for even cheaper. For your rage tab, I would give this a high score. I would say 9 out of 10. The only problem why I'm not giving it a 10 is solely because of Resolver. Once they update, or sorry, not Resolver, Resolver and double tap, once they update the double tap to a 1 tick, it will probably be a 9.5, but the JavaScript can fix that right now. So, you know, but it sort of sucks you have to go download that. And for your Resolver, it sort of misses quite a bit, but like it's not horrible. It's really good. That's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's probably the highest rated rage bot I've done so far, which I love. I love one tap's rage bot. It's very, very good for a public cheat. It's probably better than most private cheats at this time. I would really recommend it. Under anti-aim section, you don't have a lot of options for anti-aim. That's why I'm not a big fan of this anti-aim, but there are JavaScripts that will help you. But again, this cheat, I don't like cheat that require add-ons like JavaScripts or Luas. That's why I'm not a big fan of this anti-aim section, but the anti-aim does work well. It's not bad at all. So that's solid. 8 out of 10. I like the anti-aim. It's simple, at least. That's what it is. It's just simple. It's not the best, but you can get JavaScript to fix it. Your visuals tab, it's very customizable from what I've seen. People sort of just do like the same stuff for the visuals tab, but if you were to work on it, I would be sure that you can get a lot of cool looking custom materials. So that's pretty nice. I like that. There's a lot of options in World as well. I love the night mode, etc. And then in your Mist tab, there's a lot of options for your miscellaneous. Your buy bots in here, which is built in. You know, your auto peek is really good. You have your bee hopping. The movement on the sheet's not the best. I'm not a big fan of that. I love the clan type change. You can also do that with JavaScripts. Your information, you can turn all that. The optimization is really well. I like that. Your skin changer, again, it works really well. It auto updates and everything, but there's no search bar. Just give me a search bar, please. And then for your JavaScripts, again, they're simple. There's a lot of them out there, and they're quick and easy to download, and they fix a lot of the cheats issues. So that's the thing. So overall, this cheat, one tap, I would give a solid 9 out of 10 for being a public cheat. One tap is one of the best cheats I've used. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this cheat review and showcase. I hope to see you guys in the next video. And thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Don't forget to comment what cheat you guys would like to see next. I'm thinking of doing Anterium just because I'm getting into movement cheating, and I would love to actually have a movement cheat to review. So thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thank you guys, and peace out.